Who is next for Ilia Topuria here at 10 fights? We need to see after UFC 317. And there's the man right there, the man that everyone loves. God, how many times has he walked away from someone, left them like this? And it's often Goddard attending to them as well. But I know a lot of people are asking what's next for him at the moment. And you might think because Paddy walked in the cage, that's what's next. But you don't get a title shot from beating Michael Chandler, do you? Or Bobby Green. He's not really got like a blown you away really great win yet. And I feel like this makes the most sense. And maybe you'd say, oh, he doesn't deserve it. But he did just weigh in for the backup. And this would give us time. Also something, when did Armin's nickname become Anklelets? Or Ahalakalalets? Kalakets? Arman Saruki? Like, that's never happened. Where, is that new? Is that fresh? But what is fresh is this matchup. Ilia Topuria versus Arman Saruki, and I think it makes all the sense. This guy deserves it. He's on a bit of a streak at the moment against good guys. Like, he beat Charles. He beat Dariush. These are great wins. They both, Dariush at least just won. So two people coming off a win against Charles. And this gives us time to do Paddy, Gaethje. I know Gaethje's going to retire if he doesn't get a shot. Like, what a joke. Let him retire. But, no, just force him. Paddy versus Gaethje. Paddy doesn't deserve a title shot. And you've seen Dana. He wasn't too happy. And Armin, he offered to weigh in for 318 coming up. He just weighed in. This is him trying to do right for the UFC, get back in their good books. Like, there's a reason Dana let him weigh in for the backup. You know, this is him repaying them. He's 28. This would be an awesome fight. And just, you know, build up Ilia, build up his resume. It's a bit scary that maybe Gaethje beaten, was to knock out Paddy, and then we never get the Paddy-Ilia matchup. But if Gaethje was to flatline KO Paddy, Ilia-Gaethje would be massive as well. But yeah, this just lets the lightweight division live on well. Ilia can fight Anklelets and Paddy can fight Gaethje, maybe even on the same card. Have them on the press conference, 5-round co-main, Paddy, Gaethje, main event, Armin, Ilia, lightweight showcase, and then, you know, that my only worry is Gaethje puts, ruins it all. All right, moving on to Charles Oliveira, the loser of the co-main. He obviously got knocked out badly, so he's going to need a lot of time off. Now, I've seen a couple people make this matchup. It makes a lot of sense. And this is just what I want to see. Trilogy, anyone? I just want to see something real quick. If they, imagine they fought again. All right, never mind. Fine, you've got me. I don't want to see that. Now, this one, you might be thinking, what? But Dan Hooker versus Charlie would make a lot of sense. I know people are matching him up with Max, which I do like. If Max loses to Dustin, it makes sense. Charles is going to be out for ages. He just got brutally KO'd. So even though Max has a fight booked, and Dan Hooker's probably going to come back soon against a Fiziev or something. But the guy loves breaking his arm. Hooker versus Olives on a card would be great. And I also like that it's really approachable for Charlie. You know, it's Max Holloway coming back off the KO. I'd be worried about him. But Dan Hooker, I would definitely trust him to win. I'd like to see Olives get back in the win column after that one. That was sad. And these guys, they've got history. Charlie Olives or Olives. You know, what did Dan Hooker used to call him? He's built like a broomstick, that boy, or something. Little Olives, or yeah. He gave him a nickname. He's been calling him out a couple times. It'd be a banger. It'd be a war. Two BMFs, whatever. But I'd like this fight. And Max is fighting Dustin. It would be a good fight, and that makes a lot of sense. But I'm not going to make the same video that Guru made, am I? No, of course not. All right, All right, moving on to the co-main, and this one's a little bit easier. Pantoja, he stared off with him in the cage. Joshua Van versus Pantoja. What a great matchup. Makes sense to do now. The UFC want it. The fans want it. Everyone wants it. And I think Joshua Van's got what it takes. But, you know, I'm picking everyone to beat Pantoja. I'm going to get it right sooner or later. If I just pick everyone, you know? If I just keep going. But yeah, I think Joshua Van's got what it takes. Because Pantoja looked good and he's very strong and his grappling's great. But after round one, it's just he cools off a lot. And I could see Van ramping it up. I could see it being, when I look at Van Pantoja, I get Dillashaw, Barao vibes. Round 4 where Dillashaw is teeing off with that combo. and the young man, the young new generation beats up on the old, guy that had heaps of defenses and no one ever... I really get Dillashaw Barao vibes. Imagine Van teeing off in round 4, beating the shit out of him. So yeah, I really believe in Van when it comes to that one. His reflexes are so good. Kai's a shit. Kai didn't even throw. What kind of dickhead would pick Kai? But yeah, Joshua Van, I really do believe in him to beat Pantoja. Pantoja knows that that's a hard fight too. He sees Van. He knows how good he is. All right, moving on to Kai Kara France. Now, I think we know where this one... I think we know where this one is going. I went to look at the flyweight rankings. Hey, take a little look with me. And seriously, there's Kai there. There's Cap. This guy's booked. Like, everyone else is booked, except for Moreno. Right, this is just what makes sense right now. And we still get it. Not on the circumstances that I wanted. I thought Kai would maybe beat Pantoja, and then Cap would fight Kai for the belt, and it'd be a perfect scenario. But Cap versus Kai, Cap just barely makes it to fights anyways. Kai France, it's not like he's going to be beaten up for a while. He just got choked out. So they could make this whenever. But Cap will pull out, so I didn't even know. But here's another thing that I just wanted to throw at you. Now, I know this guy's booked, but when I seen this guy's name and thought about how weird this could be, I just couldn't help but... Like, imagine Kai France versus Ramazan Temirov. Just a ducking overhand... fiesta. Even though Kai didn't really duck an overhand yesterday, I think he still has it in his locker, and he's fighting Aslam Abayev. But that would just be such a banger. Ramazan versus Kai France for 3 rounds, like bricks in their hands, just going for it, swinging for the fences, no takedowns. Like, that would be an amazing fight. I'd love to see that. But Ramazan against anyone would be an amazing fight. Against kind of Aslam Abayev, that's not a lot of hype there for me. But who is next? Is it Dariush? No, Brandon Royval. He lost the featured fight. And who is he going to fight next? Sorry, I'll just keep I'm doing this and Sorry, guys, let me lock in here. Brandon Royval. He just lost the featured fight. Now, this one was hard because I just showed you the flyweight rankings. Everyone's booked. So who the fuck is Royval supposed to fight? Moreno? No. Albazi? He's fighting Taylor. He can't fight anyone. And then here's the rankings again. You see where I'm going with this? See if you can tell where I'm going with this. It has to be him. It has to be Tagir Ulanbekov. He's on a 4-fight win streak, and now this is like no hype. Big Marcel posts it. You're like, oh, what? Tagir versus Royval? Okay, I suppose that's happening. But, like, Tagir's on a 4-fight win streak in the flyweight division. That's pretty good. He's got wins over an Alan Nascimento. He's already beaten a Bruno Silva long before Manel Cap and Joshua Van did. Here, he submitted Cody Durden, and that's a decent win. Lost to Tim Elliott. Oh, no, that's all right. But Clayton took his O, Azat, like, he's on a 4-fight win streak. He's in the rankings that you just seen. He's number 10. Royval, taking a step back. I know Guru matched him up with Makayev, but I don't know if I can authorize that. Can I authorize a Makayev matchup? I don't know what the UFC is doing, if they want to re-sign him. But I at least know that this could be made. Tagir versus Royval, and very winnable for Royval. I'd 100% pick him. He's a great anti-grappler, and his volume's insane. So many comments, just a side note, so many comments I'm seeing, like, Van got saved by the knockdown. Royval was up on strikes. So many people bringing up the fact that he was up on strikes in both the last 2 rounds. Of course he fucking is when he's dealing out 100 little flyweight jabs, like 10 times a minute. Not 10 times a minute, it's not 100 billion times a second. Like, he's just peppering these. Like, did you see how Joshua Van's face was lightly bruised there? Just because the jab was peppering him? Of course he fucking outstruck him. Or landed more. It's not even getting outstruck. He didn't outstrike Van. He's not a better striker who outstruck Van being more technical. He just peppered him. He just peppered him with his little glass fucking fists, and then that's outstriking. It's just annoying. But yeah, Tagir versus Royval. I know that's got no buzz and no hype, but yeah. Dariush, I didn't even want to match up Dariush or Moicano, because, like, who cares? Seriously, who cares? But I'll do it anyways. What is this flag? But Benny can fight. Now this one, I know. not the best. But I could actually see this happening. Nasrat Haqparast, he deserves to jump up. He's on a 5-fight win streak. And just, Nasrat Haqparast. When I look down at lightweight, we can have a little look together here. It's hard. It's hard to match up these guys. Like Dariush, Grant Dawson, I liked that from Guru, but I'm not going to make the same one. I feel like Ruffy's definitely fighting Benoit Saint Denis on that Paris card in the co-main event. Something just tells my little balls that that's happening. I was thinking Bahamondes Dariush, Ferezziam Dariush on that French card. That could definitely happen. But Dariush, who did Nasrat, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But Moicano lost, and he gets a better matchup. Because he's a big name and he actually tries to hype shit up and he talks shit. So he deserves this matchup. You might think, why doesn't Dariush get to fight this guy? Because he just beat Moicano. Well, no. Chandler versus Moicano. Put it on the opener up of a pay-per-view. UFC 319. UFC whatever. Like Moicano Chandler. Like that's just, you see Chandler and Moicano on a card. They match. It'd be a lot of hype, some trash talk beforehand. Probably not the best, most intriguing fight. And I get maybe you'll say, no, they should fight up-and-comers. They shouldn't fight each other. But, Chandler's a massive name. He shouldn't fight for SEM. That's a waste of a fight on Chandler's contract. Chandler versus Dariush is a waste of Chandler's name. Everyone knows who Chandler is. You see Chandler, you're like, oh, this will be good. This is a banger. This will be blood and shit and crazy. And Moicano's name goes with that. Goes with the big hype. Moicano Chandler, I love that fight. I really do. And I reckon it makes a lot of sense too. Don't waste Chandler's name. I know Guru's been on the thinking for years that it's bullshit. Chandler just gets to jump back in against Olives and then a Gaethje and then a Poirier. But, that's what happens when you're a massive name who brings excitement every time. And the casuals see Michael Chandler on the card and they're like, oh, Michael Chandler, that guy that fucking goes crazy. He hasn't been going crazy his last two, but he does. Yeah, that's what I think for Chandler. And Payton Talbott beat Felipe Lima by decision. Who would have thought that? I did. But that's okay. I didn't get a lot right yesterday, but got this one right. And Payton Talbott. Now, I wanted to not match him up against Adrian Yanez, because I was like, Guru did it, he called him out, you're expecting that. But then go take a look at bantamweight. Have a little scan. Chris Gutierrez, I thought about that for a second. Like, that just makes the most sense. Charles Jourdain versus Payton I thought about, but I like Jourdain versus Garbrandt better. Like, Yanez versus Talbot just makes the most sense. So he hit the nail on the head there. He hit the nail on the head. Yanez versus Talbot, it'll be a great fight, boxing, stand-up, and I'd love it. I'd love to see it. Let's see it. Moving on to Robocop, and this is my most proud matchup. I think this could happen. Maybe not really think this could happen, because I'd be surprised, but I feel like this makes the most sense. This would give me the most excitement if Big Marcel posted it, and I just think this is the coolest thing of all time. Robocop. He just knocked out Jack Hermansson, and this just makes so much sense on so many levels. They've got the same exact build, and this is how you right the wrong of Joe Pyfer's career. Like, don't bother rematching him against Hermansson. If he goes out there and beats Robocop, there it is. He's just beat the guy who knocked out Jack Hermansson. He's right back. Like, that just... Joe Pyfer versus Robocop is just the best, right? Is that not the best? They're like both 6'4" units with big heavy hands. Like Robocop's got better combos and Pyfer is a bit of an overhand merchant. But Pyfer's got a granite jaw and Gregory's got a bit of a glass jaw as well. So I couldn't see Robocop really taking the shots. But I reckon he's a better fighter than Pyfer. So this would be really hard. And then like one way to just forget about the Hermansson fraud checking is if he just laid out Robocop and then he laid out the guy that Hermansson, and then it's like, oh yeah, Pyfer's gotten better. Look what he just did to the guy that beat Hermansson. And this is just such a banger. They both, oh wait, this is Joe Pyfer's career. All right, I was like, what? Yeah, they both done things in their life. No, but I really like this one a lot. I think it makes so much sense. So much sense. They're like the exact same build. He's like a white version of Robocop. Big power in their hands, and yeah. Like this just instantly breezes you past the Hermansson loss, which I love the most about it. Like, people say, oh, yeah, but he lost to Hermanson. And then you can be like, yeah, well, he lost to Hermanson, but then he knocked out Robocop. You've seen that, right? You've seen when he knocked out Robocop and Robocop just beat Hermanson? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, true, yeah. I suppose he did kind of pass that. It's 11-11 as well. Make a wish, guys. Make a wish. And Delgado just beat Hydermil in the first round with a boom, step-in knee. Fucking hell, I called that so right. And... Now, this one doesn't really get you out of bed in the morning, but Kyle Nelson, I don't know where the fuck the guy is. But, like, let's progress Delgado. He's not just, like, throw him to the wolves. He beat Hyder. How old is Delgado? Let me just see here. 27. 10-1. You know, let's slow it down a little bit. And Terrance McKinney is the last person I'll match up. And now this one doesn't really get you out of bed, but when I looked at the lightweight rankings, I was like, yeah, I could see that. And it's honestly a good, like, matchup both ways. Like, this isn't just giving Terrance McKinney bums anymore. Chris Padilla, I don't think he's even lost in the UFC. No, he hasn't. He's on a 6-fight win streak, 3-fight win streak in the UFC, surging lightweight. McKinney's on a 2-fight win streak. McKinney's 30, Padilla's 29, clashing. And then whoever wins this one deserves to fight like... even maybe a Dariush. No, not that, but real close to there. Real close. Like, I don't know, I want to say Matt Frivola, but McKinney's 40, like, you know the level I'm thinking, like, right before the rankings. Like a Nasrat, if Nasrat wasn't quite there. Or a Ribovics, but, like a Bobby Green, Carlos Diego Theo, yeah, like a Jay Super or something. Yep. And that's it. And that's 10 fights that we need to see. We need to see these, Dana, please. Please, Dana. We need to see these, Dana, please. All right. And yeah, I'll head out. I hope you like the video, guys. And we're back on the dining room table. My pop's gone out to hang out with his brother for the day. So yeah, there's that for you. All right, see you later. See you later for maybe a stream. All right. Now, fuck yous.